Welcome you back to another video lecture on C++ programming language, and in this video lecture we're going to look at while loop. Alright, so the loop system is a system that helps us to be able to repeat an operation for a specific number of times. So there will be a time you want to put a system into a loop so that it can continue to execute for a particular number of times that you ever wanted to do that. So the best practice is the use of a loop, and we have different types of loop systems. We have a while loop, we have a for loop, we have a do while loop, we have a nested loop. We have nested for loop and other things that come. So we're going to look at all these one by one in our programs, and as we move ahead, I believe it's going to help us to understand what loop is all about. So we are going to take just a simple example right here to enable you to understand what loop system is, but we are not limited to this. Okay, you're going to expand by practicing more and then going and checking out more on loop systems. Alright? Because we're going to do all the example in the whole world before you can be able to understand that, but we're going to make sure we treat just one of them. Let's say we'll go ahead and have, let's say, int x is equal to, let's say, 20 and put a semicolon at the end. So we go ahead and use a while loop. So using a while loop, I'll go ahead and say y. Then I'll give a condition y x is, let's say y x is less than 50. Alright, so y x is less than 50, something should happen. Then I'm going to say cout. Well, I need to go ahead and say the results of x. The result of x equal x. So I'm going to explain this. So what actually happening here is we want x to increment. Alright, we want x to increment, and that starts from 20 till 21, 22 till 49, okay? And let x increment, so plus semicolon. So the increment I just added below this is this will print out and keep moving. Let's go ahead and run this score and check it out. So is that ties a loop system is going to do this on its own. You see that it starts from 20 to 21 and then down to 40. Alright. So I put that to be x less than 50, and if I go ahead and say x less than or equal to 50, it will go ahead and print out both 50. Check it out. So you can see x, it stops at result of x equal to 50. Can you see that? It starts from x equal to 20 because by default our x is 20, and yx equal to or less than 50. You see that? So I believe that is really very sweet. So in that case, if I go ahead and do the reverse by say yx is greater than or equal to 1, that means from 1 to 20, yx is greater than or equal to 1 or 0. You can put 0, 1. Let x decrement. It will start from 20 and go down to 19 and down to 1. From the score and check it out. You see that? Result of x equal to 20, x equal to 19, 18 down to 1. I hope you see that? Okay. So you can see that I was able to print out a large number of data, and that the ability to do that with tags, continuous repetition of result of x equal to 20, result of x equal to 19. If I should have written that down here, it will fill the entire space, but just this line of code alone was able to print out everything with the use of loop. So the loop system helps a lot in programming to execute some task that will take you longer time to do. Alright, I believe that is all. So get more to loop systems. So you can use while loop to do so many things, not just limited to what you've done right now, but this is just a piece of ice page so that you can be able to understand how to use a loop system known as while loop. In the next lecture, I'll teach you about for loop system so that you can be able to practice with them and go in deep into knowing more about loop system in C++ programming. And in case if you have any question on this video lecture, please go ahead and use the question and answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.